Welcome to Explore at Photon Ranch. This tutorial will guide you through the process of using the Explore platform for astronomical observations. To begin with, navigate to the Explore at Photon Ranch website and log in with existing credentials. You'll need to have either registered with Learn at Photon Ranch or have a Las Cumbres Observatory account. Once you've logged in, the user dashboard will be displayed. The user dashboard shows your recent observation history, pending observation requests here in the scheduled request section, and upcoming live observation sessions. It also is the place to start when you're planning new observations. You have two options for making observations in Explore: remote control a telescope, which is live observing, when you book a period of time on a specific telescope, and schedule an observation, where your observations are taken by any telescope available in Photon Ranch, currently the 10 0.35 meter class telescopes on the Las Cumbres Observatory network. In this video, I'll demonstrate the Schedule an Observation option. To get started, you can either click on Schedule an Observation, Schedule Observations button down here, or Schedule from the nav bar at the top. You have two options here, Suggestions mode or Manual mode. Suggestions mode will give you lots of preset suggestions and is a great place to start if you're not very familiar with this interface or observing in general. First up, you're going to select a date range when you want your observations to be done. The scheduling algorithm will schedule your observations in the most efficient way during these dates. In suggestion mode, you're presented with different types of astronomical objects in two categories: deep space objects, which includes galaxies, star clusters, supernovae and nebulae, and solar system objects, which is planets, asteroids and comets. First, we'll select a galaxy. On the next screen, you're shown a selection of 3 targets with a little description of each. You can either choose one of these or click Shuffle Targets to get a random selection, or you can select different targets to go back to the beginning. I'm going to select M110. On the next screen, you can see that we're observing Galaxy M Messier 110. Now you have the option to set up your observation by the Let Me Choose option or I'm OK with defaults. I'm going to select I'm OK with defaults initially. These are the default observation parameters for this request. If we're happy with taking 3 color images using these 3 filters, then you can click Submit My Request. Or if you'd like to change that to some custom filter options, you can select those by clicking Let Me Choose. I'm going to go with I'm OK with defaults, and it's as simple as just clicking Submit My Request. You can see that we're returned to the dashboard, and now our observation of M110 appears under the Schedule Requests. We can check those observation parameters by pressing the I here. Okay, let's have a look at the manual mode now. In the manual mode, you have 2 options: Solar System Object and Outer Space Object. The difference between those is that solar system objects are moving relative to us on the Earth, and outer space objects, although they are moving, they move very slowly, and so for all intents and purposes that movement can be ignored. I'm going to select outer space object initially. Again, we have to select a date range. And now we have to select a target of our choice. I'm going to select M1. We can select Find Target, and this will look up the coordinates of Messier 1 for us. Or you can type any target name and enter the right ascension and declination yourself, but they must be in decimal degrees. We'll click the Next Step button, and this will allow us to choose filters. The filter options are listed here, so I'm going to select Pan-STARRS W. I'm going to go with 120 seconds, and I'm only going to have one of those. And you'll see that once we've completed all of the fields, the Add Exposure button is lit up. Now we can add more filter observations and add them into this. You can also add more targets. When you're happy with this, you can click Submit Your Request, or if you want to scratch everything and start again, you can press Restart. I'm just going to submit my observation. Once again, you can see that in the scheduled requests, M1 now appears, and you can click on the eye to view that observation. When your observations have been taken, the images will appear on the left side of the dashboard. You can see that some of my observations here have already been taken. In the next video, I'll look at live observing with Explore at Photon Ranch.